Well, as you guys know, it is time for a rebuild battle again this weekend. And yesterday, we did the tactics of Ajax and the brand new manager, Maurice Stijn. So this week and today, it can only be one manager and one team. It is ARNE Slot and his brand new 4-2-3-1 for the 23-24 season. I'm excited to show you guys what we have made. We have won the title and also tested with another 4 teams. So 5 teams tested with today to show you guys how good this tactic is. Let's get right into the video. What's going on there, guys? Kempy here and welcome back to the Sort It Out SI channel and welcome back to another video from myself. Make sure you're smashing the like button, subscribing to the channel. Yesterday, Shadow Striker / Anders released a fantastic video on flipping the whole English pyramid around, so make sure you're heading over to that one and watching that one. As well as yesterday, with that content coming out here on Sort It Out SI, I released the new Maurice Stijn 4-3-3 Ajax tactics, ready for this little rebuild battle of Ajax versus FEYENOORD, and I'm very excited to get this one underway. And we're going to kick things off with FEYENOORD tactics. And first off, a result, a free title season, a treble is what that's called. Well, not a free title season, it's one where we were pushed right to the edge by PSV. 22 wins for us, 10 draws and 2 losses. Now, the first thing I'm going to say is the results are very, very good, but there is one way you can certainly make this tactic even better, and it is making this pressing forward and advanced forward. I've gone for it for realism to, properly show the tactic in all its glory, but the pressing forward is not it. It does well enough to get us the results, but if you want an absolute masterclass and a tactic that is super overpowered, change it to advanced forward or a complete forward. Just the pressing forward isn't that great, but as it's a manager recreation, we've gone for realism. But yeah, FEYENOORD winning the title with 76 points. I think them extra, goals we get in the big moments could have finished us over the line. You can see a few 0-0s in there and a few, results that were very, very close. Goals-wise, we were top, scoring 70 goals and conceding just 22 all season with 61% possession of the ball as well. Only 539 shots, but we conceded under 200 shots all season, which is absolutely beautiful. Jimenez did still finish as top goal scorer on 19, but like I said, he would have got probably 30, 35 if we had a striker position that is even better than the pressing forward. Advanced forward, complete forward, change that if you're struggling for goals. We have also won the KMV Rebecca, a 3-1 victory against Go Ahead Eagles. Valesio Zerbin, Kokuchu and Ali Reza Jahanbash scoring in that one for a 3-1 victory. And we've also ended up winning the Johan Cruyff Scala as well, a 4-1 victory against PSV, which is lovely to see, and I'm very glad we have won that one. But a clean sweep of Dutch competitions, and we didn't beat Barcelona in the Champions League, which is an absolute shame. I didn't expect to beat Barcelona, a very, very strong club, but we did manage to win the treble in Holland. And in terms of players scoring the goals for us, we have 26 coming from Jimenez, 19 come from Erkan Kokuchu, 11 and 12 come from Ibel Paxao, Ezekiel Ballard with 10 and 7, 5 and 8 from Zerbin, 4 and 9 from Timber, 4 and 8 from Ali Reza Jahanbash, 4 and 0 from Dini Pereira, 3 and 2, and there might be a few players in here that might be moving on in real life. I'll do more research into them bits before the rebuild on Thursday, but today is simply the tactic test. So, it's good fun. Spurs, the club ARNE Slot was potentially going to be moving into. We finished on 80 points in the Premier League, just 4 points behind Liverpool, who won the title. Very happy with this season. A bit annoyed we didn't do better in the FA Cup and Carabao Cup. When you look, we lost to Manchester United, who finished second, and Liverpool, who finished first. It's not the end of the world. We lost to the 2 better teams in the league, in the cup competitions. Just quite tough draws early on. So, a bit gutted that one. And the striking position on this one did certainly not do too much damage at all. Harry Kane, 42 goals and 2 assists in 39 games. And Heung-min Son with 16 and 14. A very Spursy story of the 2 players picking up all of the goals. Of just 8 goals next up for Pedro Goncalves, 8 for Giovanni Lo Celso, and then the goals that massively dropped off. But 11 assists from Jean Arias, who I've never heard of, and his youngster from Fluminense. Interesting. Good signing, Spurs. Fair enough. Again, then, maybe not the most realistic transfers. What I do is I set the staff to do all the transfers and contracts in these, so it's realistic enough where other teams can also do transfers, and so can we for this 23-24 season. But again, I'm very happy with this. Data hub wise, you're looking good. 2.16 goals per game and 1.18 conceded per game. I'm not sure if we're going to be anywhere on these stat screens. We're going to be second on goals scored on 82 and 6th on 45 goals conceded. Possession wise, holding 59%, just 1% behind Arsenal as well. Very happy with that one. PSG, if we didn't win the league, I'd be absolutely gutted, but I will say we weren't absolutely outrageous with PSG. We only drew 5 games, lost 3, won 26, but again, we certainly didn't get the best out of our best players. Mbappe with 19 goals and 19 assists all season is the lowest I've ever seen from Kylian Mbappe, with 43 goals and 7 assists coming from Mauro Icardi, 19 and 18 coming from Neymar, 12 and 8 from Soler, 8 and 5 from Lamar, 7 and 18 from James Ward-Prowse, and data hub wise, it is extremely strong, conceding just 0.35 goals per game, scoring 2.41, and lifting up the French quadruple. We've got round of 16 in the Champions League, which is a little bit annoying, but doing absolute wonders in the Ligue 1, UEFA Super Cup, Coupe de France, and Trophy de Champs. Coupe de France was a 4-3 victory against Lille. Trophy de Champs was a 4-0 victory against RC Lens. So, you know, we dominated the league as expected, but maybe not the most blowing away sort of stats in this one. VfB Stuttgart decided to chuck a team in who are predicted to get relegated 16th, you know, down in that relegation playoffs. We managed to beat that one at a -8 goal difference, so we certainly weren't outrageous, but we were better than we were expected to do, finishing about mid-table. So I'm quite happy with this. Just, again, a tactic to plug and play and see what it does with a lower side. I like to try and test with them all. Just above average on goals per game, just below average on goals conceded per game, and the goals mainly coming from the striker Sheru Gahashi, but decided to test with Stuttgart still to show you guys what it can do at a low club. And AC Milan as well, coming third in the Serie A. We were actually doing very, very well this season before we fell off at the end. I mean, it was a shocking ending, but the start here was very, very good. We were top of the league for a lot of it. I mean, this month 6-0, 5-1, 4-0 is beautiful, as well as another 4-0 in the league. And then by the end of the season, we just ran out of legs, which is a little bit of a shame. Didn't win a game in the last 6, including losing to Atlanta in the Coppa del Rey, the Coppa Italia semi-finals. So annoying to fall off the way we did. Things were looking very, very good, but I imagine with Olivier Giroud leading the line as a pressing forward at the age of 37 might have been a little bit of something to do with it. But again, a decent season, and not bad for just, you know, a plug in and simulate. And I'm very happy with the results we got overall. Again, the ones I was sort of concentrate on and the ones I make sure it does the best with is FEYENOORD, and we smashed it with FEYENOORD. So very, very happy with this one. Tactics wise as well, we're looking at a sweeper keeper on support in goal with no further instructions. A fullback on support on the right with sit narrower. A fullback on support on the left with run wide with the ball, get further forward and stay wider. 2 ball playing defenders with no further instructions. A deep line playmaker on defend in centre mid with tackle harder, next to a box to box midfielder on get further forward and mark tighter. The reason the right side of fullback is rather staggered is because we've got a winger on support who would block his way from him to attacking, who is just on tackle harder, and the inverted winger on the left on attack with sit narrow and tackle harder allows the left side of fullback to bomb on past him. A shadow striker in cam with tackle harder, a pressing forward on attack with no further instructions. Mentality wise, we are set to positive. In possession, it is shorter passing, a slightly higher tempo, playing our defence and overlapping just that left hand side, be more expressive and low crosses. In transition, it's counter press, build from the back, so distributing centre backs and full backs and taking short kicks. And out of possession, it's a high press system, pressing much more often. And this is ARNE Slot's 4-2-3-1 for FEYENOORD. Some fantastic results for Spurs, who are potentially going to some fantastic results as well. So I am very happy with the recreation of Slot's tactics. Make sure you come over to KenPXI, subscribe for tomorrow's Ajax rebuild, for on Thursday we rebuild FEYENOORD with this very tactic. Make sure you like the video, subscribe into this channel, subscribe into my channel, subscribe into Anders, and I'll speak to you guys next time.